Hi friends, I messed up the past 2 days. Lots of going on. So this is my sister Leah, and we're going to read Mr. Duck Means Business. Mr. Duck lived by himself at the pond. Each day he followed a tight schedule.
From 6 in the morning until 7, he would stretch his wings. From 7 until 8, he would fluff his feathers, and at precisely 8:01, he would glide across the perfectly still water. "Ah," said Mr. Duck, "it's so peaceful, so quiet, I have everything I need." Day after day, week after week, and year after year, everything was the same, and Mr. Duck was very happy. Then one especially hot summer day, Mr. Duck had just begun his morning gliding when he saw...
Pig, look out below! Oink, oink, splash.
Mr. Duck sputtered, he muttered, and his tail a-fluttered, but Pig did not get the message.
Mr. Duck was all set to give a pig a strongly worded speech regarding private property when... "Well, there you are," said Cow. "Let's see your moves," called Pig. "Jump in. You don't mind, do you, Mr. Duck?" said Cow as she plowed past him. "Moo, moo, splash."
Mr. Duck grumbled, he mumbled, he flopped and fumbled, but Pig and Cow did not get the message.
Mr. Duck was all set to tell them what's what when. "Hey," said Goat, "I've been looking all over for you. Anyone up for a game of Marco Polo?" called Pig. "Last one is a rotten egg," chipped a chick. "Come on, Duck," said Cow, "you're it."
The water got wild, the scenery got crowded, and the peace and quiet, it was gone.
Mr. Duck tapped, he flapped, and he totally snapped. Quack! And somebody got the message.
"Perhaps we've overstayed our welcome," said Chick. "Oh," said the other animals. "Out, out, out of my pond," cried Mr. Duck. "This time I mean business." "So sorry, my apologies. Goodbye for good," said Mr. Duck. "Sorry to have bothered you," said Chick. "Thanks for letting us swim in your pond."
Alone at last, Mr. Duck returned to his routine. He stretched his wings. There was no splashy belly flopping. He fluffed his feathers. There was no annoying water ballet. He glided across the perfectly still water. There was certainly no rowdy round of Marco Polo. "Ah," said Mr. Duck, "it's so peaceful, so quiet, and that's just the way I like it."
On Monday, quiet. On Tuesday, very quiet. On Wednesday, peaceful. On Thursday, very peaceful. On Friday, yawn. On Saturday, Mr. Duck twiddled his feathers, peacefully and quietly, of course. And on Sunday...
Mr. Duck had a plan. These days, Mr. Duck still loves to stretch at 6 o'clock. He still loves to fluff his feathers at 7. He still loves to glide across the perfectly still water at precisely 8:01.
But sometimes life calls for a little noise.
It says noise welcome from 2 to 4 p.m.
Especially with friends.
Yay! And our plants have started to grow a little. This one has 2 starting. That one has 1. Some of them had 2.
This one's got a little one.
So we're getting there.
Yay.
I would like you guys to look around your yard this weekend and see if you can find any flowers starting to grow in your yard, or if there's leaves or flowers starting to grow on your trees. Send me pictures on the Remind app. Thanks.
Bye.